shotgun in my car. Do you remember all of the nights we spent alone? When we were burning the embers, waiting for the sunrise in the morning to bring us home. You know that I do. But tell me, do you remember? There was nothing we were scared to do when we didn't know the way or where we were going. That was back when forever seemed a million miles away, and we didn't know it. 'Cause we were taking off always running, wasting our days for nothing, saying I love you in the backseat of my car. Well, do you remember all of the nights we spent alone? When we were burning the embers, waiting for the sunrise in the morning, bring us home. You know that I do. But tell me, do you remember? Yeah, do you remember? Tell me, do you remember? Rise up, no matter what's in my way. Rise up, I will do what it takes. I will keep on fighting. I'll rise through it all. Rise up, no matter what's in my way. Rise up, I will do what it takes. I will keep on fighting. I'll rise through it all. Rise up. Rise up.
Day 3 at the XS 52 Super Series Newport Trophy, midpoint of the regatta. We had a great day yesterday for the Paprec team. So, Stefan, I believe it was your birthday.
Yes, it was. So it was a really nice gift from the crew. This second place at the first race yesterday. We had a bit of disappointment with the second race because we had a very good start. We were quite strong upwind to the mark. We did a small mistake on the way down, on the downwind, and we lose a lot of places at the rounding the mark. But we had a good speed, so that's quite positive for the team.
Things moving in the right direction then for the team generally.
Yeah. We feel that this season, with the new crew we have on board, we feel stronger. Not strong as the professional teams, but we feel that we can play with them. So that was the target for our team this year.
Give us a little profile of the team. Obviously, you're French and kind of a slightly different among the different world from us. Just who's on the team and what's their kind of backgrounds?
We have a lot of guys working in the sailing industry, but also we have one crew, Jérôme, that is also our media man, that is working as selling, buying houses and selling them. We have Mathieu, our pit, he has started in the medical industry. We have guy working for a big industry like Alstom or Airbus in the crew. So, all these guys, they're going to take the fly Sunday evening to be at work on Monday or Tuesday.
So still a large number, a high proportion of the sailors are amateurs.
Exactly. Most of the crew are amateurs.
And then a well-known amateur, Loic Perron, in the team now. What difference is he making mentally as well as in terms of your processes and making the boat go quicker?
Yeah, he's pushing all the crew up. Everybody wants to do it right. He's there, he's looking at what we are doing, and also he's learning very, very fast about how the fleet is going, how to tune the boat. So he's giving us a lot of feedback, he's pushing us to be better.
What about being here in Newport? Your first time here?
Yeah, first time in Newport. It's great to be here. It's a wonderful place. The seaside is wonderful. And the weather is quite good. We're enjoying.
And Loic, of course, I presume, has got lots and lots of stories about Newport from the days gone by when he was much younger.
Yeah. He won 2 English Transat, finishing here in Newport. So it's a long history for him with Newport. So he's telling us about all these things, and it's nice to learn about this.
Good. Have a great day, Stefan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andy.
So it's Stefan Neve from the Paprec team, long-standing team who have been with 52 Supers now series for many years now, going very much better this season, super competitive with Loic Perron. Also, we caught up yesterday with the 2 co-owners who are both driving different races apart. That's Hasso and Tina Plattner, and this is what we had to say with them. So both of you, Hasso, Tina, you've both been away from it for a while. You missed it?
Yeah, for sure. Goddamn COVID. Yeah. No, it's great. It's was great and is still great.
And how was it today for you?
Yeah, starting a little bit late, but then I felt good. We sailed fast. We sailed very fast downwind. So it was fun, and weather can't get better.
You've been here before a few times, have you?
Yeah, I did we did an ICL championship race here in the old days with the Maxis. And I did, I think,
Newport Bermuda
two Newport Bermuda races.
Good stuff. And Tina, what's it like for you? You've also missed it, I gather?
I have, and it's really cool to be back. It's really nice to not be in pain. It's awesome to do it together. It's so cool that Tony and the team have kept the boat going and kept it together for us to just be able to step in and do the way we're doing. That's thanks to all the great teamwork and everyone knowing what they're doing. It's really easy to just get on the boat and step back into the groove, which is cool.
So you still love it just as much as ever?
Yeah, I have a little back problem. I did 1 year PT, helped a little bit, but I have a back pain now.
You passed it on to her.
Yeah, so it's probably genetic. Yeah.
And you've got another a little life in your life, another little puppy.
You mean the dog? Yeah, Bentley. Yeah, he is great. We just got him, so he's 8 months old now.
Keeping you young.
He keeps us. We call him Crocodile Bentley because he's biting the.
So with the skipper and president of sailing operations of the American Magic team, of course based out of the New York Yacht Club, the home team here, Terry Hutchison. Terry, how's it been for you here?
Well, the racing's been going very well for the guys on the water. It's exciting to see the development of the younger generation of sailors. It's starting out with a 1-1, 4-1. It's a great lead into to the second half of this regatta. We always know it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And listening to some of their conversations and just catching up with them in the hotel, really, individually, you can see really the development in Harry, the addition of Nevin and Evelyn into the afterguard of the boat to support Victor has been really, really positive. And then you have the speed team, which has been the constant. The team's only going to be as smart as they are fast, and you'll never, with Warwick and Daggy and with Ian now trimming downwind, it's turned out to be a really good combination for the team.
And in a way, last season was pretty bumpy for them, so really positive dynamic this season.
Yeah, that was, they did a good job to hang on to the podium last year. That was always going to be a hard transition. Having the opportunity to sail with them the one event in Barcelona and seeing where things were, they were faced with a lot of adversity when JK's eye got hurt, and they had to change things up, and yet they're good sailors, and so Victor tactically is probably one of the best in the world right now at his game, and so he's helping that side of it, but he's maturing along with the rest of the team, and so you surround that much talent with the experience that is inside the boat between Sean and Pete and Warwick and Daggy and Foxy and Maddie. You're not gonna go wrong blending that all together.
They seem to be a little bit more relaxed this season. Big smiles through the team most of the time.
Yeah, winning helps that. Don't get me wrong. Winning definitely helps the smile. So
you're involved in the background, or what's your role within the American Magic part of this program?
In part of this program, I'm pretty at arm's length. Focused really on the America's Cup. Having Harry with us all year. What you hear and what you see is his evolution and his development. He's benefited greatly from sailing for the last 12 months, and he was one of our sparring helmsmen in the AC40 and has just done an incredible job there. But for somebody who's so young, his level of maturity has come a long way, and it's great to see that development. That's kind of what we're set here to do, and that's really our mission, to help bring that generation along.
Just to explain the mission a little bit more, just in kind of broad terms, how does the training funnel work, as it were?
Yeah, well, truly Doug and Hap started this. They recognized that all the guys they were hanging out with had a lot of gray hair, and they if they wanted the results to keep going, they needed some younger sailors to help perpetuate the trips to the podium, and so Doug took the initiative after our 22 season to say, look, with the transition into the America's Cup, let's take a big step here, and so he transitioned that side of quantum racing over to the younger sailors, again sprinkled with some experience. And then inside the America's Cup team, we have the youth and the women's team that are a requirement for the regatta. And so the natural progression there was very easy. Sarah Stone's done a great job with the women's side of the team, developing really the structure and making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And that's a process. And she's been with us since really the beginning of the year. And Harry's been with the team since the middle of last year. And the group that they're bringing along there, on both sides of the equation is really, it's a good step in the right direction.
So we see more and more of these young sailors moving through into the Cup program, or the different parts of the Cup program.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there's certainly, the Cup is it's a unique boat, though. There's 4 sailors and then there's 4 cyclers, and so the sailing side of the Cup, it's not. It's hard to see how, in some ways, how it transfers over to the rest of the sport in how you just correlated it to what we're doing, but the development that takes place in the AC40, the development and how it can cross over into Sail GP, how it can cross over into Moss sailing and some of this younger foiling that's taking place. That's really the gain, and if the end is the America's Cup, because that's where the boats stay, then we're on a good pathway of development.
From your perspective, the young sailors in America still want to come and do this kind of sailing as well?
I hope so. Yeah, this 52 sailing and the J70s and Etchells and all these different type of one designs, the M32s, they cover a good range of performance and just great tactical racing. But the skill sets that the sailors learn on the 52 or on a M32, they're going to transfer over, be it to a catamaran, a monohull, or anything high performance.
So from your perspective, and bearing that in mind, where would you like to see the Cup go after you win?
To the New York Yacht Club.
Yeah, but in terms of that big picture, the development, are we on a good path?
I think there's a proper structure in place with the AC40. to really start a good pathway to the America's Cup for these sailors. When you reflect back on really that period from '95 to say 2007, which was a great period for the America's Cup with the IACC class boat. There was always the World Match Racing Tour. It always was very relevant, and the people that were excelling in the America's Cup were excelling there. And so the AC40 is actually a very good tool for that. It's a great training boat. It's a great boat to race, and it's a great boat to develop with. We've done 4 of our foils we developed through the AC40 program, and so it's a much more manageable thing than the AC75, a much more manageable side of the program. And so in that regards, I think it's got a lot of promise. Whoever wins has to make sure they stay committed to that. And the trick with the America's Cup is getting everybody aligned and all the ducks in a row, and getting away from this defend at all cost mentality. If you depending on how you want to approach the regatta, obviously everybody wants to win, so that kind of goes without saying. But the defender and the challenger record can do a lot of things to change the structure of the event to help make the event better for everybody.
So in the meantime, we're very hopeful to see the America's Cup back here, racing out in these waters again.
That would be awesome. That's certainly the goal, and standing here today, we're 70 days to the first race in that World Series event, so we've got a lot of work to do.
Meantime, you're missing the 52s, are you?
Absolutely. I'm torn between watching and yelling at the computer and thinking, oh my God, I got to get out there and do this. It's just so awesome to see. And it's awesome to see the new boats. It's awesome to see how competitive the existing fleet is against Platoon and Allegri, and the margin of gain probably hasn't been as big as thought initially. But, those boats, it'll take a little bit to get those boats up to their full potential. But, it's exciting to see that. And it's exciting to see teams taking on building new boats and improving upon something that's already been very refined.
And aside from the young American Magic guys, there's also quite a lot of young sailors coming through the fleet anyway.
Yeah, it's really good. And that side of it, I still love racing and I miss being out there with them, but it's exciting to see that development taking place and to, in some small part, be involved with it.
Great, thanks Terry, have a great day. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Good luck today.
So it's Terry Hutchison going back to full-time duties with the Team American Magic team. We're going to go on the water and see how things play out.
Palm Beach Motor Yachts is proud to support the XS52 Super Series Newport, Rhode Island Trophy. The competitive spirit and drive for excellence is at the heart of all Palm Beach Motor Yachts. It's a privilege to showcase our 2 flagship models, the beautiful Palm Beach 70 and the exhilarating Palm Beach GT60, built using our proprietary V-Warp technology, delivering class-leading speed, performance, and unrivaled fuel efficiency. Experience a true yachtsman's powerboat. PalmBeachMotorYachts.com.
Well, great excitement at the dock this morning. Beautiful conditions forecast, but unfortunately on the water just now we have just a little bit of fog, some cold air around suppressing the build of the thermal breeze, I guess. But so unfortunately we're a little bit on hold. We have good forecasts generally, but we're going to have to wait for a little bit of time until things settle down. At the moment we probably have only maybe 5 knots of breeze on the start line. The breeze very variable looking up the potential course area, quite patchy, and a couple of boats with full sails up. We can see I think it's Allegri going upwind just now, a reasonable pace, but our principal race officer Maria Torrijo has said that so far we're not going racing when there's still this fog bank around. But meantime, things looking pretty good, as to say, for the hometown team, for the New York Yacht Club's Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, with that nice insert from Terry Hutchison saying how much he misses this racing. But in the meantime, the team doing a very, very good job without him. 3 wins from 4 starts and a 4th place. He stepped clear of Team Vayu yesterday. Vayu just had that good win in the first race, but their second race was really hampered by a problem at the start, just mistiming the approach at the pin end of the line, and so they're very much still in contention for the medals, but they need to get back onto the good track after yesterday. But also massive credit in the meantime to Hasso and Tina Plattner. Not easy for them coming in, even with their experience, to the Phoenix program. But Tina paying a nice tribute to that team who've kept things rolling very nicely over the course of last season, ending up winning that final regatta of the season. So very much in contention here, and great to see Hasso back on the boat and loving it. It's been actually since Cape Town was the last time he raced with the Phoenix team, and Tina, I think it's been a couple of years. She's been in and around the programme from time to time, but with her back problem, she's really been very cautious about coming back and racing. So it's great to see them on the water. But otherwise, it's a case of keep chipping away, as Terry is fond of saying, trying to make sure you don't make too many mistakes in this really white hot fleet. Looking at seeing how the progress of the new platoon is, for example. Still a little bit up and down. They had some good moments yesterday, but also still clearly finding the gears and trying to get the whole process much more intuitive rather than having to think kind of what they're doing next. Other boats we've been kind of watching kind of up and down progress. Well, Allegra showed well in Palma. Not quite so good yesterday. One or two minor problems, small errors that cost them, but also good advances through the fleet, sailing well, and so I could see them threatening the podium by the end of the week. So of course this is the midpoint of the regatta. This is when the teams really start to operate at their best. A little bit of time to warm up on these new waters. Remember, on the first day the teams were a little bit line shy and just trying to feel their way, find the geometry of the course, as it were, where the small local influences are, and that's now kind of generally shaken out. Be interesting to see how this day goes. Fog is starting to lift, but I think we're going to take a little bit of a break and just wait until the breeze comes in. So join us in a few minutes. Keep watching, and we'll keep you updated. The 2024 52 Super Series season opens early. In fact, it's only late April when the 10-boat fleet from 7 different nations musters back in the Bay of Palma at the 52 Super Series Palma Vela Sailing Week, all part of the annual curtain up for the Med racing season. Well, Palma early season, anything can happen weather-wise. We've never sailed this early in the season before. Nonetheless, it's great to be hosted by the Real Club Náutico de Palma, one of the world's most renowned yacht clubs, where Spain's royal families sail from.
Well, this year is a very special occasion, very challenging occasion, and we are very happy to have the TPs amongst the offshore and the Palma Vela.
It's the first event of 5, and it's so early season because the fleet are shipped to Newport, Rhode Island for 2 regattas there for the very first time, and then returning to Mallorca and a big finale in Valencia in September. All eyes are on 2 new boats. The 2023 champions, Harmuller Speer, has a new Platoon Aviation, a sister ship to Andy Soriano's new Allegre.
We are pretty much excited to get the new boat, but I mean, it's a long way to go because the boat is totally different in the whole concept. It's sailing differently, and you have to learn a lot. How could you improve to get up to speed?
You know, after many years all together, same team, such a change like a new boat is something that brings a new positive spirit.
It's difficult. Not easy. Everyone's working as a team, but it's not easy.
As well as the new boats, there's no shortage of new young talent, young faces in Palma. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, have again 4 new young sailors in their lineup, all part of their American Magic Talent Feeder Initiative.
We have a core group of Quantum Racing of highly skilled and determined sailors, but also a new group of young, highly motivated sailors, and I think it's going to be really interesting how we come together as a team and how we learn from the experienced sailors, but also from each other.
Allegre bring in Spain's past 470 world champion, 2020 Olympian Silvia Mas.
Well, I'm in the mid-bow, so I help Matteo with the spinnaker and then managing that everything is clean for the hoist and everything. And well, I'm super happy with a very good team.
And young Nopakau Punpat, the past Opti World Champion, is steering Vayu for the first time.
Very interesting and very challenging. They are very good, everyone very competitive.
And there are some not quite so young faces. France's best known, most decorated racing legend, Loic Perron, has been recruited to Paprec.
I'm not the rookie of the year, but I'm very excited to be in a team like that. I'm watching them since many, many years.
Among the other changes, Tony Langley's team have a new Gladiator and the former Allegra.
So far we are enjoying the boat, we are still learning about her, but this boat has a different keel and we feel that we are able to hold lanes better. And still we are finding we are very quick downwind, so we think we are more competitive this year speed-wise.
Vayu's Whitcraft family are proud hosts of the owner's dinner, an authentic taste of Thailand in the heart of Palma. At every regatta, Vayu host visits from young local sailors to the race boat, perhaps inspiring them, maybe even the future stars of the 52 Super Series in 2040. And sustainability, as ever, is very near the top of our agenda.
Here in Palma, every single day we are doing something different. Another really impressive stuff what we did, there was the underwater cleanup. But what we found yesterday, that was really like, oof. When we're saying, okay, we have to have a deep dive into sustainability, I think, the images we saw yesterday, there was really a deep dive into ship. Then the other thing is, the cooperation which is still going on with Yachting Gives Back, the redistribution of food after racing. And that's really impactful because most of the people they don't think about, they think hunger is maybe a problem of Africa, but sometimes the hunger problem is so close to you and that's really important, to do something and to start action.
Palma delivers a real variety of weather like we've never seen before. No wind to too much wind, nothing to over 30 knots, and in 13 years we've never had a season start so badly affected by weather with only 3 racing days. Racing their last regatta with their current boat and a new boat in build, it's a dream popular finale as Turkey's Provetsa lift the first title of 2024. With the big win under pressure on the last race, Ergen Imri's team lay to rest the ghosts of past disappointments in Palma, not least being pipped to the post for last year's title.
Honoring end for the boat. It's going to the new owner now, and we are extremely happy. It was a regatta with ups and downs, but I think we had the least downs. So that's made the difference in the end. And to win the last race was just a miracle and dream come true. It was very nice. And it is a late excuse of the odds for last year maybe.
It was a great way to finish our last race on the P10. Done a few years and a few miles on the boat, and it was nice to finish our last race and win it. And then the way the points worked out, we won the regatta as well. So we've got good memories now of this boat.
It's a hugely intense, close regatta pivoting round 2 big 3-race days. Palma dealing out some of the best conditions, winds over 20 knots, bright sunshine and waves. The windward mark roundings are often spectacular. Provetsa hooked the windward mark in the first day. Quantum Racing have to peel away at one windward mark and lose places. On the brand new Allegra, Andy Soriano's team lead into the final day, but they falter with a pair of 9ths. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, come close to winning the regatta, but they finished second, whilst Interlodge take third.
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. We're being so close to taking the event victory, but it's a really positive sign for us. We've made a lot of improvement from the 2 weeks we've sailed together, and we've got some new young sailors on the boat, so things are looking positive for us, and we're looking forward to Newport.
It was exciting stuff. Everyone was tight at the top, and it was every man for themselves out there in that final race. Congrats to the Provetsa team. They just went out and sailed a phenomenal day in those conditions across the fleet, and well-deserved win for them. We had a great time out there, and it was great to sail the boat uprange.
So the final standings after 7 races, winners are Provetsa on 25 points, second Quantum Racing powered by American Magic on 27, and third Interlodge 32. So now the 52 Super Series heads to Newport, Rhode Island for the very first time. We've got 2 regattas back to back. Join us live every day.
Gracias.
At the 52 Super Series, we take our responsibilities seriously. Sustainability is a key part of our agenda, year in, year out. As the climate crisis becomes ever more apparent, we all need to push harder, to do more, to develop new initiatives and to deliver on them. And we need to use our global voice within the sport to spread a clear message.
Sport has the power to change the world. Everybody can do something, and as more people are doing something, as better will be for the future.
Everywhere we go, it's all about leaving a positive legacy. That means education, that means changing behaviours, as well as simply leaving the environment cleaner than when we arrived. Beach cleanups remain vital. They're a reminder to the local community of their responsibilities. Underwater cleanups are more and more part of what we do where we go to different venues. Our ambassadors drive and develop our agenda now.
If you look at where we were, let's say in 2015 to where we are now, it's a massive difference in how we do things.
Redistributing unused food each and every day is a simple initiative which can be followed by other events and clubs of all different sizes around the world.
Every venue we're managing to give the food to charities, and it actually goes somewhere where we know it's going to get consumed and it's actually a worthwhile cause that it's going to.
Our water filtration system has all but eliminated single-use plastic bottles. Robot marks have reduced our fuel consumption already, and they leave the seabed untouched. For 2024, we are already working on significantly reducing fuel consumption on the water by our chase boats. And all the time we're working with our sustainability partners, Kick Out Plastic.
It's all about continually changing and not forgetting the lessons we've learned in the last 10 years.
We must protect our playground. There is no Planet B. Beautiful first morning here in Newport, Rhode Island. It's the first time in the 13-year history of the 52 Super Series that we've ever come to this historic venue, home of the America's Cup for so long, a global centre for Grand Prix yacht racing, and we're here of course for the XS 52 Super Series Newport Trophy, second regatta of the season. We've got 10 boats racing. We've got Phoenix, who won the last regatta of last season, back in the fold. We're going to have a great week. So the first race off the start line with quite light breezes, only 7 or 8 knots, but it's all about the start off the line. It's Quantum racing off the middle of the line with Sled. Off the pin end of the line we have Value, and they lead up to the top mark. Round the top mark was Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, with a little bit of a lead over Sled. Value in third. They've actually got quite a jump on the fleet, head down the first run with a good lead, and it's only on the second upwind that Value get through Sled. Finishing order, well, the hometown team, Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, win. Second, our team Value from Thailand, and third, Sled, the 2021 champions. There was slightly more breeze for the start of the second race, probably around about 10 knots off the start line. Well, it was still all about the start off the pin end of the line. Well, Gladiator, good time on distance, came away from the line well, led round the top mark. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, were not quite so good, but were in the mix coming round the top mark. Second beat, Quantum Racing got through Gladiator, and it was really on the final run into the finish line where Quantum Racing came through with the lead, but Phoenix got through for a really good second, with Tina Plattner driving her first race for some years, and through in third were Team Value. So a really solid day, 2 wins for Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic.
The speed was awesome on our boat today. The trimmers, Harry was driving really well. There were small shifts throughout the day that I think we capitalized on, but otherwise we sailed really simple beats, really simple runs, 1-2 tacks, 1-2 jibes, so very happy.
Just strong teamwork, you know. We've been here a couple of days just training and just working on the maneuvers, making sure we're all working together, and it's all paying off.
Nice day to start out the event, and we definitely are happy with the results.
So after 2 races, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic leading with 2 wins, 2 points, second Vayu 5 points, and third Phoenix on 8 points. Well, 2 light wind races, a gentle introduction to the joys of Newport, 2 good wins for the hometown heroes today. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, but also a strong day for Vayu and also Phoenix coming back into the circuit. 2 different drivers and 2 solid results, lying third overall, but a great day's racing.
Palm Beach Motor Yachts is proud to support the XS52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. The competitive spirit and drive for excellence is at the heart of all Palm Beach Motor Yachts. It's a privilege to showcase our 2 flagship models, the beautiful Palm Beach 70 and the exhilarating Palm Beach GT60. Built using our proprietary V-Warp technology, delivering class-leading speed, performance, and unrivaled fuel efficiency. Experience a true yachtsman's powerboat. PalmBeachMotorYachts.com.
I started writing a DM, didn't sleep at all. Not awake that night. And every time I go out, I'm looking around to see you there. Where are you? My heart skips beating when your perfume's in the air. 'Cause I've been needing you like old-fashioned orange slice, sweet like daiquiri with strawberry crushed ice. Know you like them
Well, conditions now very much are kind of reminiscent of the first race we did here. Generally fairly light breezes, probably only about 6 knots, 6 and a bit knots at the moment, maybe 7. Breeze that angle at 210 and relatively short course. The cloud is just lifting progressively. We've still got a cloud bank way up to windward, but we certainly have clear view of the windward mark. So it's going to be very different to the 2 races that we saw yesterday. Yesterday's champagne conditions in the second race in particular were really quite spectacular. But so back to more kind of exacting precision positioning on the line, and as ever picking a side just now. It looks fairly even looking upwind, no obvious wind lines. But it's been interesting to reflect how, in particular, Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, have been pretty conservative off the start line, generally low risk. They know that they have good speed, so they have tended to start off the middle of the line, and that has generally worked for them. And so too, to a certain extent, have Platoon, but just haven't quite got the perfect start. They really like, well, one of the races yesterday they lined up pretty much alongside Quantum and just did not quite have the same speed as Quantum. So it's really so much of starting is about who you line up alongside. You have to feel like you have the legs, you have the speed to live in your lane and hopefully move forward. Right now we're looking at Alpha Plus down. They had a go at the pin end yesterday at one point. Looking at this end, so to Value have kind of regularly started at the pin. Kind of slightly high risk option, but it's worked for them mostly, except for that second start yesterday. Good second place yesterday for Paprec behind Value. They're looking more midline, up at the top of the group, up towards the committee boat end of the line. We have Sled, Gladiator, Allegra. Now just if you're watching on the tracker, just watch how Quantum give themselves as much room as possible to leeward, to drive off into. Certainly that's how they have it just now. At the moment, Platoon Aviation also have good space to leeward. And in fact, Value keeping Alpha Plus high for the moment, giving themselves runway to build speed into for the pin end of the line. And this time it's looking like Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, are going to end up more towards the right. Gladiator's the only boat above them just now. Paprec have nice space. Phoenix in a little bit of trouble. They're just not quite got a lane, not quite got a gap, but coming forward now as Interlodge put the bow down and build speed. Final seconds before the gun, and all clear. So this time Platoon get a cracker of a start, really nice. They're already half a boat length or half a bow length forward, although they do have Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, just above them. Interlodge off the pin end of the line. Unfortunately, Phoenix a little bit slow off the line. So the battle just now, as it stands, is between Quantum and Platoon Aviation. Platoon need to try to just move forward a little bit and impose themselves on Quantum, try to squeeze up and get the lee bow on Quantum. So this is a real drag race between the two of them just now. Phoenix have had to bail out to the right. interlodge in the middle of this left-hand group. Just not quite got the height that Quantum and Platoon are working with just now, and you're starting to see the bows of Quantum appearing more and more ahead of Platoon. Patrick kind of in the mix, but half a boat length behind Interlodge. Quantum's just gaining very slightly on Platoon all the time. Just better boat speed, better height just now. Pretty light though, we still only have about 6 knots, something like that, maybe 7. So Allegra out on that right side along with Gladiator, all just working out to the right, looking upwind. So the early leader really is between Quantum and Platoon, who came off the middle of the line, both pulling each other forward and both in the end getting a really good start. Alpha Plus having to bail out, breeze starting to come in just a little bit more. Bayou a little bit low on this left side, which has to be good for them in terms of hoping for the port tack lift when they get down to this side of the course. Platoon going quite well now. And they've just got themselves ahead of Quantum in the meantime. So Phoenix then has some work to do. Unfortunately, just weren't on the line when the gun went. We're getting up this first beat of race 5, midpoint of the regatta. As we know, we have a kind of day off tomorrow. It's the Newyork Yacht Club annual regattas around the island race. We're expecting certainly 5 or 6 boats to compete in that. Other teams electing to have a lay day. It's not a championship race. So that's interesting then, Quantum tacking away. Small advantage gained by Platoon. For me, just a little bit more wind pressure on this side, more consistent breeze. You can see a lighter patch just to windward of Platoon. So could this be Platoon's day? But for me at the moment, they're have a small lead and actually going pretty quick. Top 3 would be Platoon, Interlodge and Quantum all started beside each other. Some very definite holes in the breeze, as you might expect, with this cold air intermixed with the warmer air. You can see some boats in the middle of the fleet. I think it's Sled are very, very light, and over on that right side, not sure how Quantum are doing. Allegra going away out to the right. You can see them going, they're quite well heeled out on the right side. A big separation with Vayu, who are on this side, just thinking about tack. They've gone into a little bit more wind pressure, I feel, and I think they're going to take the pressure while they can. Inside them, inside them has just tacked. But for me, things looking good for Platoon. I think there is certainly a little bit more wind pressure on this left side. Vayu have just come into more heeled. And just below them we have Interlodge, but Platoon Aviation well forward now, going well, nice height. They've gained quite a lot of leverage on Quantum. For the meantime, let's see whether these boats out on that right side, that's to say Alpha plus Paprec, Quantum, and way out further Allegra, whether they come back on starboard on any kind of lift or more pressure. But right now the advantage with the 2023 champions, Platoon. I think they're really picking the best pressure just now on the water. It's all about avoiding the lighter air, which you can kind of see on the water in different places. I'd say it's going to be interesting to see what happens with these boats out on the right. Quantum still still second on the tracker. Right beside us, the Vayu team working hard. Still lying second, but that gap opening up yesterday. Fully hiked. Different navigator on board this week, Will Best, standing in for Miles Seddon. Will, pretty experienced in the 52 fleet, used to be with the Allegra. But so too on this left side, Interlodge going very well. Local team, unfortunately, Austin Fragaman has not been able to sail today or yesterday. Suffering a little bit of flu, unfortunately, so wishing Austin a speedy recovery. Hopefully we'll see him back on board. I'd imagine he'll take the lay day tomorrow, perhaps. But that's pretty disappointing for him. I know he's been looking forward to this regatta for ever since it was announced. He's been so instrumental in bringing the 52 fleet here to his home club, Newport, and the New York Yacht Club, where he's a member of the board of trustees. This is starting to look a little bit more like the platoon of old. Quantum out on that right side have tacked. But I think from where I'm sitting, I think platoon would cross Quantum quite comfortably. Possibly the question is more whether sled in the middle of the course. Breeze coming in nicely. Quantum will cross Gladiator for sure. I think they're pretty much bow to bow with sled. But I feel, looking at them just now, I think Quantum have a nice lane and possibly lifting slightly on starboard. That's obviously what Nevin Snow and Victor Diaz de Leon were looking for. Actually, it's close with the Gladiator. And once again, credit to the Phoenix, living up to their name. Already taken, I think, a couple of boats, maybe ahead of Paprec. Ed Baird and Cameron Dunn working their magic. And this is the kind of day, the kind of breeze in this race to be able to do that. I actually think they're close with the Gladiator. Just going behind Gladiator and behind Quantum. Sled now in charge of that little group to leeward of them. Big question is whether Value on our, just to the right of us, on our TV boat, and Interlodge. But great to see Phoenix back in the match. And also to see Platoon coming good. So Platoon call the ley line. I think from our perspective at the windward mark, they look quite comfortable. And in fact, Value and Interlodge closer to the mark now. Should have enough room to get round inside. So the same recipe as before seeming to work for the Value, and to a lesser degree Platoon on starboard I think are going to be going round third, but our top two look set to be a Value and Interlodge. So interesting, Platoon just staying high to stay on Interlodge's transom, as it were, on their stern coming around rather than dropping into their dirt. But good lead for the Team Value from Thailand, Whitcraft family, a leading Interlodge. Platoon Aviation are in third, and then a gap back to what looks like it'll be Sled. So the key thing for the moment is that Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, are pretty deep in this race. And their title rivals, closest title rivals, are away with the lead. So it's Value, Interlodge, Platoon, then Sled, Gladiator, actually Paprec getting round. Alpha Plus, then Quantum, and Phoenix ending up actually in 10. So Quantum Racing in a little bit of trouble for the moment, in 9th place. The balance swinging back slightly towards the Value team. Both, of course, part of the Quantum so Interlodge, what would you call it? They're not really on home waters, but they are home waters for so many members of their team. So all of the boats lined up on starboard going down this run. Just one boat broken away to the left, looking downwind, but the top three looking secure for the moment. The gap back to Sled. Breeze dropped a little bit maybe, and Platoon then jibing off early, choosing not to keep pursuing Value and Interlodge. doesn't look to have worked out for them immediately. They actually look quite slow coming out of the transition. So Interlodge go, and then last to go are the leaders. So quite a gentle run. So, wonder how that's working out for Vasco and Jordi, and the platoon afterguard called the early jibe. Maybe have lost out a little bit to sled in the meantime, but such a streaky breeze at the moment coming down this run. Just a little puff just now for the Vayu out on this right side. You can see the little accelerations as these tiny puffs come down, and then it's easing into lighter pressure. This run's really all about finding the best lane of pressure. Little surge in the middle of the group to Interlodge. Interlodge, just remembering, of course, is the former Azzurra and remains one of the best sorted, optimised boats in the fleet. There we go, another little puff coming through. Actually, Vayu get it for the moment. Just amazing how it's just kind of a little local puff for them. Just a little pulse of wind pressure. And kind of trundling down the middle. Interlodge really seem to have called this quite nicely. For me, platoon have got quite a long way to come down to the leeward gate. It's going to be all about selecting the right mark and finding the pressure upwind. Certainly no net gain. No net gain to Platoon for having jibed early. May have lost just a little bit. Maybe even closer with Sled. The Interlodge and Value are going to be close coming around the mark. Value have got their kite down earliest, going on the left-hand mark. Nice drop also from Interlodge. Interlodge on the right-hand mark. Platoon coming directly towards the leeward gate. Just a little bit low coming in, but they will. Nice jibe drop as they approach the mark. Means the kite should be nicely away as they get round. Should be. So no change then coming down that run. Value working out to the left, looking upwind. We can see Sled coming in with a little spurt of acceleration. Just giving themselves a little bit of extra momentum just to come round the mark smoothly, which you do well. Takashi Okura on the helm this week, missed out in Palma. Next round will be after Sled is Gladiator. Alpha Plus have had a decent run. Quantum Racing ahead of Paprec now, although Paprec got the inside boat at the mark. Oh, that's clever. That's a really good idea. So there we go, Leeward Gate. Race, first race of the day. Phoenix going through alongside Allegra chasing Quantum Racing round the mark. As we head upwind, our second beat. Value with the race lead. Sled going nicely up this beat. Got themselves nice clear air, well ahead of Gladiator. But actually, Value have got quite a comfortable lead now, certainly on this side of the course. In this particular case, it's coming upwind into more breeze filling from the top of the course. Big split across to Interlodge. Maybe seeing a little bit of a shift. We're seeing something of a header, I feel, for Value. So Quantum Racing are then in 8th for the meantime. Need to be taking a couple of places. Just hard to get a perspective on Interlodge way out on that right side, but I do think they're making some gains, seem to be sailing higher on starboard. Wonder whether the breeze has clocked a little bit to the right, certainly for them, but they're really out on their own out on that side with the platoon to a certain extent. But from that perspective on this beat, at least the die is cast. So, tack from Vayu, the two top boats converging, going towards Windward Mark. But we have generally seen on this these upwinds, we've seen that as we get into the top third of the beat, there seems to be a consistent lefty, a little lift. But for now, certainly in relative terms, Interlodge sailing slightly higher on the opposite tack, coming in with pressure, but I think Vayu are still, I think they're still okay. I think under the circumstances, Platoon can be fairly happy with this race so far. Came off the middle of the line, and I think as much as anything, they'll be pleased to have done the business on quantum, in the sense they really had a straight drag race coming off the line. So for sure at the moment looking like Interlodge have made a gain on that right side as the two leaders converge. Probably Vayu have got just a little bit more pressure at the moment. It's still close. For sure, yeah. Vayu just getting up to Interlodge's line and deciding to attack inside them and bounce Interlodge back to the right. At the same time, Vayu just keeping the cover on Platoon. This is very much the acid test for Quantum at the moment. Whether they can take places, take a couple of boats. So still close then. Value still just with the upper hand, and certainly in the strong position just now, whether Interlodge can get just enough to get starboard tack advantage on the approach to the mark. A lot of it's going to depend on who's got the best lane of breeze just now. So breeze is up and down just a little bit. So approaching the top mark, it's going to be what Value can do. Feel like they're just lifting very slightly compared to Interlodge. Interlodge momentarily fading and dropping just almost imperceptibly. Value trying to stay just a little bit more powered up. So 8 points between Quantum and Value going on the water. I think there's right now Value are first and Quantum 8th. So certainly the balance swinging back a little bit towards Value, and the pressure on Quantum at this midpoint race. As always, it's not, but as Terry said this morning, it's how you finish that counts on the last day. Big fan of just making sure you're in contention on the last day. But really at the moment that Quantum's problem is there's nowhere to go, being herded by Paprick. French team just tacking on top of Quantum. Quantum tack again. It's always one of the things about being 5 times champions is that nobody wants to give any quarter, don't want to give away a metre to the champions or let them through in any size, shape or form. So still Value leading then. I think their win yesterday was their 3rd of their careers with the 52s. And now, like buses, they might end up with a flood of them. But anyway, here's hoping. They're looking good just now, coming round the top mark. They've led all the way since the first time up. Interlodge in second. Nice tonic for Austin Fragaman, to say, the owner, who's not here today. Sure that will perk him up, seeing the team getting round in second, doing a good job. Chris Matthews then on the helm. Harmuller Spear just keeping platoon bow number 1 powered up. A little bit of chop on the water just coming as they come round. fair bit of traffic, as you might expect. Actually, one of the features we're seeing in Newport, which is very welcome, of course, is a few spectator boats out here. So platoon round in third, sled fourth. So really no big changes in the order. I'll tell you what's hurting from a psychological point of view for the Quantum team just now is having having Phoenix in front of them, and Paprec coming back, and also Allegra deep. I mean, Allegra just in less pressure just now. They've got nobody on the rail. That's a measure of how little breeze they have. It's incredible. I mean, obviously they have a little bit of lee effect blanketed by the boats going across on starboard, and they will just get round inside Phoenix. Anyway, we're looking at Vayu. Really haven't put a foot wrong on this race. It was interesting, you know, we were talking pre-start about the kind of geometry, the layout of the breeze and how it flows around this course. And you saw that there on the upwind when it looked like Interlodge were gaining on the, you know, between halfway and 2/3 of the way up the beat. And then Vayu on the left, once again coming good with what you consider a kind of left-hand shift in the top third, and able to come in and still hold much the same kind of lead actually in the end over Interlodge. Platoon being chased by Sled, and then there's a big gap back. So Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, jibe off early. So there's your projected points after this race. Quantum would still just be on top, but only on count back, and Platoon getting up to third. Phoenix dropping down, Sled moving up. But the good news in some senses is we really do have a regatta. If there was a little bit of premature, almost euphoria, certainly positivity in the Quantum race camp. Sharp dose of reality now after this race, and they still have themselves a fight on their hands from none other at the moment than their Quantum powered teammates. We've always said that the older Vayu goes well in the light breeze. And just as a little bit of a reflection, remember in Scarlino, I think, which was the second regatta last year, they really found their feet and were in contention right into the last day and finished on the podium. So, as I've said many times, this is an object lesser than what a good team who are learning fast can do on relatively modest budgets. They're certainly not the biggest spenders in the fleet by any stretch of the imagination, but they're having a great time and they're in contention for this regatta. And I guess we've said it a few times, there's no easy passes now in this 52 Super Series fleet. You can't find yourself deep and expect to or hope to just pick off 2 or 3 boats. You have to really work hard. And a lot of times in this kind of breeze, there's just very, very few opportunities, very few passing lanes. As we're seeing to Quantum's dismay for the moment. So down this run, well, could be interesting. We see a platoon right out to the left side being pursued by sled. Bayou doing all they can to cover both flanks, as it were, in the middle. Certainly different veins, different lanes of pressure. And for me, Interlodge just now have good speed. And have a slightly better angle at the line, having got themselves to the right. Blue kite of Patrick out to the right, looking downwind, trying to find some extra wind. Interlodge certainly quicker, as we can see for ourselves, more of a bow wave. But still 100 meters or so behind Bayou. So I think actually Interlodge catching Bayou very slightly. Just have had more pressure, moving better. We're right beside them, but So Platoon then a 4, 5, a 9 and a 5 so far this regatta. The third, if they can hang in there, would be their best finish so far this week. Under pressure from sled though. Certainly defending against them. Now then. So coming through to the finish line, just a final jibe for Vayu. Quite a difficult angle for them. They're powered up and coming out of it. All the time Interlodge have pressure, continuing to trundle towards Vayu. Vayu a little bit slow out of the jibe, but will cross ahead, I think. Of course, Interlodge would still have the jibe to do. Vayu coming at the line. So second win of the week by the looks of things for the Whitcraft family. Team Vayu, led by Palm Green project manager, long-time, lifetime best friend Nick Rogers, double Olympic silver medalist as tactician. And yeah, indeed, some high fives, well deserved. Bouncing back after that result yesterday. Big hut, in fact. But well done to them. Interesting, they were last in last night, out doing a little bit of extra practice. And first, I think, certainly one of the first off the dock this morning. Just making sure that their processes, their manoeuvres were tip-top, as you would expect for a team which were in their position, having made a little bit of an error off that start line. They just closed out, you know, it wasn't it's more about the opportunity closing for them than ending any major error, but it did cost them as much, costing them their momentum. Anyway, so through the finish, Vayu, Interlodge, and then, as I said, the best result so far this week for Platoon. Harmuller Speer, 3 times world champions and 52 Super Series champions. Bow number 1. Fourth through the line will be sled. Now, could still be close between Gladiator and Alpha Plus. Alpha Plus coming in fast from the right side looking downwind, but in fact Gladiator will just get there, but much closer than I think Tony Langley and his team would have liked. Late surge from Alpha Plus, late surge also from Paprec. Paprec may just steal Quantum on the finish. I think they're going to. Indeed, yeah, coming in from the right. So Gladiator and Alpha Plus close, Paprec stealing the result from under the noses of Quantum Racing. Allegra just ahead of Phoenix. So back to being tight at the top, just when we thought yesterday Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, were moving clear, almost ominous. They come away with an 8th in that race to be tied, I think, at the top with Vaiut. Interesting race, not quite as exciting from the point of view of boat speeds and manoeuvres and handling as yesterday's second race, but nonetheless, great result for the Vaiut team. Things moving in the right way for Platoon. Anyway, that's I think we'll cut there, take a short break. Going to be interesting to see whether Maria elects to go straight into the second race or whether she feels this breeze may build. But stay with us, keep watching on the screen, and we'll keep you updated all the time.
Palm Beach Motor Yachts is proud to support the XS52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. The competitive spirit and drive for excellence is at the heart of all Palm Beach Motor Yachts. It's a privilege to showcase our two flagship models, the beautiful Palm Beach 70 and the exhilarating Palm Beach GT60, built using our proprietary V-Warp technology, delivering class-leading speed, performance, and unrivaled fuel efficiency. Experience a true yachtsman's powerboat. PalmBeachMotorYachts.com.
Don't leave me here searching. You're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away, you're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na, 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. You wanna know is how to hold on to it every moment. Dive into it like my love is an ocean. It's overflowing. lighten up. Your eyes take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine. Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighten up. Your eyes take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. I got a good feeling. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. I got a good feeling.
it safe, and you can see it. It's easy for me to show, but sometimes I'm really brave, and that just means that I'll try again tomorrow. It's my dark created mountains where the valleys used to be. Gotta change perspective if I really want to see that sunrise over the water. I swam over and under, get lost in all the wonder, never call it quits, no. When life hit me apart, I went faster and farther. I just gotta remember I was made for this. Among the waves, let them take me as far as they want to go. And it's time for me to say, they won't break me, I'm braver than I know. It's my dark created mountains where the valleys used to be. Gotta change perspective if I really want to see it. Sunrise over the water, I swam over and under. Get lost in all the wonder, never call it quits, no. When life hit me harder, I went faster and farther. I just gotta remember I was made for this. Oh, such a time as this. Creating mountains where the valleys used to be, and all the things I thought I knew were changing like the seas. Yeah, but I have overcome it all and I'm still here. Oh, I gotta change perspectives if I really want to see. Sunrise over the water, I swam over and under. Get lost in all the wonder, never call it quits, no. When life hit me harder, I went faster and farther. I just gotta remember I was made for this. Oh, such a time as this. time I go out, I'm looking around to see you there. Where are you? My heart skips beating when your perfume's in the air. 'Cause I've been needing you like old-fashioned orange slice, sweet like daiquiri with strawberry crushed ice. Know you like a margarita with the hot spice. Love the taste of paradise. No, it's never
So that is surpassed the halfway point of the regatta. Race 5 done and dusted. Win for the Team Value, an 8th place for Quantum Racing powered by American Magic, and things, as I said, even up to the point that Quantum Racing powered by American Magic just have a single point lead, a 1-1-4-1-8 for them so far on 15 points. Second Value 2-3-1-9-1 for 16 points. Platoon Aviation 10 points behind, and they have a certainly moving in the right direction with that third place. We have 12 knots of breeze on the start line just now. Wind angle, I think, at 220. So breeze has moved to the right as it did yesterday for the second race, and the breeze has built nicely just through what you might call lunchtime. But we're going ahead, and it's conditions looking pretty good still. Relatively flat water, no chop, or none of the chop that we saw at this point yesterday, and everything to play for. Quantum Racing powered by American Magic leading the regatta, but need to come back strong after that 8th. Let's see whether they push the risk a little bit more on the start line. I think they pretty much were taken out, or Platoon were just a little bit quicker at the key point in the drag race upwind, so that'll be encouraging for the Platoon team for sure. And say 12 to 14 knots of breeze, wind direction 220, all set to go into race 6, into the second half of this regatta, knowing that we have tomorrow off, as it were, with the round the island race. I think we're expecting 5 or 6 teams to do it, but for sure not all the teams will do it. Does make the regatta a little bit longer in terms of the duration, and that means preserving energy for the teams to a certain extent. A lot of the top pro sailors have a pretty tight schedule just now. Some moving to Palma for the Super Yacht Cup next week, for example. And just correcting myself, I've said numerous times over the broadcasts that Nick Rogers is the tactician. He is the usual tactician on the Vayu, but it's Manu Weiler, talking of Palma, the Palma-based pro, who is doing tactics on the Vayu. Nick Rogers is on other duties in the Maxi fleet in the meantime. So, not such interest in this pin end, looking like the breeze might be more to the right. The line does look fairly even, but most of the interest is more gravitating towards the top end, the committee boat end of the line, by the looks of things. Chris Matthews steering the interlodge, keeping in control as best they can up at that end of the line. Just tacking up to be most windward boat for the moment. Look to be Phoenix. Sled up there as well. Low risk, as we said, is very much a watchword of the Quantum Racing powered by American Magic team. Platoon going forward nicely, just pulling the bow down. Harmler Spear building speed now into the final seconds. Allegro down at this end. They have a nice gap, but Guillermo Parada doing a really nice job. All clear, and Platoon get another nice start actually. 2 very, very good starts in a row for Platoon. Vayu get off the line at the key pin end of the line in the key spot, but they're just overhauled very slightly by Gladiator. Head to head with Gladiator just now. Looking up the fleet, well, Quantum Racing powered by American Magic are bows forward on the boats above them. That's to say Paprec. And so the drag race off the line is between Gladiator and Vayu. Not sure that Vayu are going to be able to live in the position they're finding themselves with Gladiator to windward and slightly forward on them. And Gladiator with the legs on Vayu just now. Just the weather of them, I think it's Allegre. Quantum, Paprec, Platoon, Sled all lined up on this left side, really liking the way that Gladiator pushing forward. And Guillermo Parada once again proving why he is a 4 times champion in this class from the days of Allegre. Massively accomplished and skilled helmsman. Allegre got away quite nicely as well, but they're very much in the group, as it were. Alpha Plus having to bail out to the right. Good angle there, just showing Gladiator's position, moving forward very, very slowly on the Allegre. Allegre just to windward. And we can see how Vayu are struggling in this corner now. All the time, Don Whitcraft, the helm, is having to sail a little bit deeper, keep the speed up. So better conditions for this second race without a doubt. A few white horses on the water. Phoenix punching out to the right side. Don't know to what extent that is the choice that Cameron Dunn and Ed Baird wanted, or whether they were forced out to that side. Unfortunately, we were a little bit blanketed down on this left side of the course. They kind of look like in Gladiator's progress so far. Interesting, still you have these pockets of cold air just looking upwind, although we have these once again Newport giving us some champagne conditions, but there's still some cold air around, just rolling down the course, that dense air, meaning that you're probably 11-12 knots, feeling just a little bit more. So Quantum in a better position. Not sure whether Gladiator could cross them. So Phoenix with Tina Plattner steering, I'd imagine, this afternoon. I think pretty much taking it to race about for the meantime. Hassler during the morning, or the earlier race, sorry, I should say. This is going to be all about which side comes off best. For me, this side with Gladiator and Vayu looks pretty strong, but we do see the middle part of the beat often showing well for the right for Phoenix. But Gladiators have got their nose in front, and correspondingly Allegra not able to live in that lane they had to weather of Gladiator. Nick Asher and Will Ryan elected to get out of that position, clear their air, get up to windward a little bit. So Platoon not able to hold on to Quantum the way they did in the previous race, but in the mix, looking way out to our right. Our TV view always tends to work this left side, so it's a long way across for us to see Phoenix, but Phoenix looked good in terms of their angle relative to Gladiator, but it's very, very close. But they are the leftmost and the rightmost boat, and Gladiator tack now more towards the middle of the course. You're seeing Platoon going quite well. Really probably not much in it between them and Quantum. But more of a test this time for the Vayu, you would say. Not quite as strong usually in these slightly breezier conditions. But it's amazing actually just how quickly this little chop builds up. On these waters, historic waters of course. America's Cup raced here. 4 editions in the J class, and then 8 editions in the 12 metres. And it's lovely when you come out of the harbour here, or to see so many 12 metres still in pristine conditions. and still raced week in, week out. Still the weapon of choice for many of the New York Yacht Club owners and members. So Gladiator, I think, going quite well there on port. You always love these little situations where you've got Gladiator, the old Allegra, just ahead momentarily of the new Allegra. But Terry Hutchison, in our pre-race interview, just reflecting that the differences between the new generation of boats and the older generation of boats, or the last generation of boats, is less than we're used to seeing in previous iterations. So I have a feeling this breeze is going to keep building, and I don't think you'd find too many complaints through the fleet. It's a kind of interesting choice, and a deliberate choice, I guess, having the fleet starting at midday before the sea breeze really comes in. So giving a little bit of choice, a little bit more variety to the fleet. Of course, yesterday we went racing at 1 and had 2 breezier races, so a lighter wind race starting. I think we were just delayed. I think we went off at 12:20 or 12:30 in the end. So way out to that right side are the Phoenix. Can't be too far away from ley line. A little bit to go. But still not much to choose between the Gladiator on this side, second most left-hand boat, and Phoenix way out on the right. Phoenix still going on. It's a real speed test in these conditions. So position changing all the time, though Phoenix have now tacked and are coming back at the fleet. Sled very much in the kind of middle of the course, in 4th or 5th just now. But fascinating how Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, and Value are side by side. Both teams racing, of course, on the Quantum stable, which means there's no secrets in terms of data and the relative performance of the 2 different boats. They all have a briefing in the morning together and a debrief every day after racing, and millions of data points analysed and presented for the teams the following morning usually. And there really is no hiding place. Every tack and every jibe analysed for speed in, speed out and angles. It's a little hitch up to windward by Interlodge. Not quite able to impose themselves the way that they are not able to get into the same kind of top 2, top 3 position that they had in the previous race. And Phoenix have gone back. But really nothing much in this first meet. You can imagine there have been quite a tight mark rounding up and coming. Kind of from where I'm sitting and way out the left side, it does look like Platoon would certainly cross the boats from the who are coming in the right by some distance. Once again, you're seeing the left coming in fairly strong. Quantum the best of the group in the middle. Really not too much in it to say between them and Vayu, whether Vayu could get across them. I really don't think so. But Gladiator best of the boats on this left side. Now the 3 boats out on the right seem to have quite a nice high angle, slightly higher than the previous race, and Quantum bow to bow with the lead boat of that group. Which I think is Platoon. Quantum will cross Platoon, but not by very much. Vayu just dropped very slightly for the moment. Yeah, actually in the end, Quantum tacking inside Platoon. It's going to be all about the ley line. For me, Vayu a little bit slim, maybe. But let's see. Gladiator certainly getting across the fleet and almost certainly going to lead round this top mark. Tacking in the face of Platoon. Vayu looking slender. Tight on ley line for me just now. The problem is the boats, the weather will shield the breeze off them. And so really hard work for the Vayu team. In quite a vulnerable position here. However, they're working hard. Good work from Gege, Guillermo Parada. Bow number 4 then. Gladiator round the windward mark with the lead. Then pretty close. Vayu just working hard all the time, trying to shoot round. Now if this plays off for them and they get round at the same time as Quantum, then it's a gain to them, but Quantum rolling over the top of them, coming away from the windward mark. Quantum have Platoon on their stern. Vayu wriggle out of that situation. They're a little bit down speed coming across the offset leg. With sled and Interlodge. Allegra quite deep. Phoenix in the 8th, 9th is Paprec, and Alpha Plus. So good work from Tony Langley and the Gladiator team. Get round that top mark in first and charging away down the run. Few boats jibe setting or going for the early jibe. Them being principally Vayu actually. Manu Weiler calling the early jibe. Along with Allegra, Phoenix and Paprec. So Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, bouncing back after that 8th second on the water just now, with a boat between them and Vayu, which has to be good news. On board with Platoon, Vasco Voscoto there, as ever, moving around the boat, looking for a better vantage point to see the breeze. I think just shorting something out there. But going well, challenging Quantum as best they can. I think Quantum have got themselves through Vayu for the meantime. Something awry, I think, with Gladiator's tracker, because they're sure as anything still leading ahead of Quantum. Platoon just slightly lower lane. Sled. So yeah, there's the projected standings for the moment. 17 points to Quantum, Vayu, and 21-23 for Platoon. Sled 31. So Quantum, this is looking like a good race for Quantum. Vayu, wonder whether they'll rue that early jibe, but for sure these boats on this right side going quite nicely. So can the Quantum team catch Gladiator? Once again, interesting to reflect that Gladiator are a Quantum team, so they know the performance of the Gladiator perfectly, as they do Vayu. Sled then have overtaken Vayu for the meantime over on that. Oh, Sled on this side, Vayu over on the left side. Gladiator lead into the jibe. Quantum going on just a little bit more, a little further. Platoon trying to get down inside Quantum. And Interlodge coming out to our right side. Interlodge now furthest to the right. So Phoenix coming from the left, looking downwind, but looking at the angles, the boats on the right are sailing. Gladiator called this nicely. Bruno Zerilli, of course, navigator on the Gladiator, long time friend, associate and navigator of KJ Parada. And our 1, 2 and 3 in this race, Gladiator, Quantum and Platoon, all on this right side. Let's watch and see whether Allegra can make any kind of headway out on that left side. Bayou going from 1st to 5th in this run. Platoon with a problem, I think, with their kite. Yeah, Platoon have certainly somebody on the bow. Certainly have some kind of technical problem. The kite is still flogging, but not able to sheet it on, and have slowed right down. Not sure exactly what the problem is. They're having to pull the kite down. Maybe they've actually got a penalty. Seems more likely, since it doesn't seem to be. So yeah, we believe they've broken the rudder.
They lost their rudder.
Yeah, they've lost their rudder, we believe. So that's going to be pretty terminal. The chase boat will be with them in a few seconds, I'm quite sure. They've got the jib and the spinnaker down. Meantime, we're at the leeward gate with Gladiator leading, so big problems then for Platoon. So at the leeward gate, nice drop from the Gladiator team, being pursued by Quantum in second. So round the leeward gate, will Gladiator going to the left-hand mark, Quantum on the right. Vayu, I think, will probably still come through for third, going on the right mark just now. Sled on the right mark, followed by Vayu. On the left, Interlodge. So Vayu dropping to fourth, then Allegri coming in. And Phoenix. So say problems then for the platoon team, not quite sure how serious they are at the moment. Still sailing downwind with the mainsail up. They clearly have some kind of steerage by the looks of things. I think they have their chase boat alongside them. Breeze up to 13, 14 knots of breeze, quite choppy and bouncy, particularly at that leeward gate where obviously a fair bit of traffic. So sled up to third, Interlodge fourth, Vayu fifth. So fantastic conditions, really. You couldn't hope for better. Once again, second day in a row, this nice 12 to 14 knot sea breeze. So on board then with the Gladiator very much in the box seat on this race. Their lead now over Quantum Racing. About just on 80-90 metres, I think. Alpha Plus down a small jib with some problem with the foot, but still pushing upwind as platoon head back towards the dock. Very disappointing sight for the 52 Super Series champions, 2023 world champions, not able to take any further part in this race, which is particularly frustrating, having got themselves a good third in the previous race. But increasingly this looking like this race will belong to Gladiator. As we get just around about halfway up this second beat. More step towards the right this time. Gladiator keeping a cover on their main rivals. Some senses it's the next kind of the next generation on, if you like, in a certain sense, where Gigi Parada and Bruno Zerilli from Azzurra, long time adversaries for Quantum Racing. It's some great matches between the two of them over the years, and of course Quantum Racing powered by American Magic now with a very much younger team. 4 new sailors joining the programme this year. and not such a good day for the French team on Paprec, struggling just a little bit in this race. So Gladiator then second up from the pin off the start line. Better timing, better positioning, better speed off the line than Vayu. So they were the top two boats round the top mark. Vayu jibed early, going to the left and lost out to the boats on the right. They're now in fourth. Interlodge tacking back or going back towards the Vayu. Vayu crossing comfortably, I feel. So we understand that Platoon had some kind of collision with some kind of marine life, not quite sure what, but it's causing damage to the rudder, we believe. And they're heading in. So all the time, Gladiator keeping Quantum in check. Quite a jump for them forward off the third place boat and the fourth place boat. Sled versus Vayu, the little match going on behind them. Sled with the advantage. As we head up to the windward mark for the last time of the day. Still enjoying the timings of this racing here in Newport. Not even 3 o'clock, and we're probably just after 3 when we've got 2 races in the bag, 2 good races as well. And Sled tack in the face of Vayu. Vayu have to respond and tack away. Now this could be difficult for Vayu because Vayu are now a little bit more engaged with Interlodge, or certainly in contact with Interlodge. They in turn I think will probably come up and tack on, on top of Interlodge. So Vayu just having to defend against Interlodge now. So from having been leading, now a little more in the depths of the fleet and having to work hard at it. So Gladiator starting to think about their approach to the windward mark. As we approach this windward mark, Gladiator looked pretty comfortable all in all. 75, 80 metres of lead over Quantum. Quantum slightly more windward course, and they like to tack inside the line of Gladiator. Gladiator, a little bit of current on this mark, but Gladiator looked to be in quite a comfortable ley line. And so correspondingly Quantum just trying to pull back a few metres. A little bit of, I think, left to right current looking at how Gladiator coming towards us. So Gladiator team, Tony Langley doing tactics, and Gigi Parada on the helm, and he contributes certainly to the tactical choices, as it were. Tony has the executive role. It's a little bit of a committee decision to a certain extent, or certainly a little bit more democratic, with Bruno Zerilli also playing part of that role, and Chris Hosking, the doing runners, also contributes to the decisions. Main trimmers being Joey Newton and Stir Fry Simon Fry, upwind and downwind trim, and Andy Escort from Quantum sails on main sheet, and they are here coming around the top mark now. Heading towards the offset mark. Then Quantum next. Quantum second, then Allegra up to third. So good work from them, same as we saw yesterday, able to pull back places. Really not having the, not seeing them so consistent in the early part of the races, but pulling back and getting through sled on upwind. So Gladiator scored so far an 8.458. So this will be the best result by some distance, and will take them past Platoon, potentially past Sled, and could get them up to 5th, possibly after this race. I'm pretty sure Gladiator were 4th, I think, in Palma. No, I beg your pardon, 5th. Sled were 4th. Gladiator won the first race in Palma and won the penultimate race. won the practice race here on last Monday. So credit to Allegra, just chipping away. Didn't get the best of starts. We're out to the right in the early part of the upwind, I think. We're really working well as a team, finding the little shifts, the lanes of extra pressure. So Gladiator jibe. Breeze is pretty even down this run, no obvious differences. We'll see how these three boats are over on the left, how they come back at us, but that's Interlodge, Phoenix and Sled. Sled lost out to Allegra on that beat. So quick look at the that can't be right. The projected knot of Quantum are leading the race, and Value are down in 6th or 7th. I don't think your projected points are right. Possibly round the other way, but for sure Quantum will be leading after today. Yeah, for sure, Quantum going on the water with the 15 points, a lead of 1 point over Value. Quantum lying second just now. So good race, looking like Gladiator will win pretty much from the start line, working the left side as Value did in the previous race. Allegra pressing hard, trying to get down to Quantum, but Quantum should be able to hold out for second in this prix. Watching the progress of the boats coming from the high left or the left, coming downwind. If anything, last time, if you remember, the last minute gains were coming in from the right, close to the line. That looks a bit better. Yeah, Quantum leading on 17, Value second on 20, with a 12-point gap back to Allegra as we go into what we consider something pretty much unique in the history of 52 Super Series regattas. A programmed lady, if you want to call it that, an opportunity to go and do the around the island race. But Quantum will go into Friday with a 3-point lead. Value with a 12-point lead over Allegra. Then there's 32, 32, 32. Allegra, Sled and Gladiator all tied on the same points and not far behind Phoenix. Platoon Aviation then on 38, but with a fairly significant problem, you'd imagine. Find out how that looks when we get ashore. Patrick in 8th, Interlodge just now in 9th, and Alpha Plus in 10th. So the red kite of the Gladiator leading through the finish line of race 6 of the XS 52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. A little bit of an up and down day for the regatta leaders, second and an 8th. But here they go, first race win off the regatta for Tony Langley and his team. Tony, a big fan of racing here in Newport. He's been racing here for 5 years. Little correction for those of you who've been watching our various commentaries and texts. Tony's not actually a member of the Newyork Yacht Club, but that opportunity exists for him. However, Quantum representing the home club, coming through for second. Allegra will get third. So, as much as anything, I think credit to Allegra getting up to third. So 1, 2, 3, Gladiator, Quantum, Allegra, then a little bit of a gap back. Value actually going to rescue a point for fourth. Getting through or getting back through Sled, so they're quite happy with that actually. Lost out a little bit, went the wrong way down the first run, but fourth keeps them in the hunt. And Sled coming through for 5th. Still going to be close for 6th. 2 boats on the right looking downwind being Phoenix and Interlodge. Phoenix holding Interlodge out to the right. Phoenix can't jibe for the moment. They have to wait for Phoenix to let, or Interlodge have to let Phoenix jibe first. And true to this Ed Baird's match racing routes, he's going to hold them out, and then go and make sure they get through first. Very, very close finish coming up here between the two. It's going to be absolutely on the line now. Can Interlodge get there? I think they will. They've just got enough room to get through, pull the bow down, indeed. Just pipping Phoenix on the line, just by a little bit. Patrick actually were just ahead of them. That little match going on between them just costing them or losing Patrick through the line, but great racing all the way to the final finish. And Alpha Plus still quite a long way back up the pitch. Seemed to have a problem with their jib early on. So call it what you like, call it a lady, call it a break, call it a beautiful chance to go and experience the racing waters round about Newport on this beautiful around the island race tomorrow. We won't be having live coverage of it for sure. It's not a championship, but not a 52 Super Series points race. And so we will be following it and enjoying it, but our next live broadcast will be on Saturday and Sunday. Watching Quantum Racing, seeing whether they can win the title for the host club, whether Value can get back into title challenging contention, and just seeing what happens. We're having a great day, another great day here in Newport. Thank you so much for joining us. Do join us again on Saturday and Sunday. Just waiting for the Alpha Plus to come down and get what will be, in fact, 9th place, because of course Platoon had that breakage. Anyway, Alpha Plus then coming through. Apologies. A little bit of distance, a little bit of time behind them, the next boat, but they're having a great experience on the 52 Super Series circuit. We spoke with some of the team members before the regatta, really loving it, learning all the time, but they're coming through in 9th. So as I was saying, do join us on Saturday for our next live broadcasts here from the XS 52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. Quantum Racing, powered by American Magic, are the leaders going into Saturday. But the big question is, who will be the winners on Sunday night with our big gala prize giving? We'll see you on Sunday. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard before we finish. And Quantum Racing on 17 points, Value on 20, Gladiator on 32, Allegra 32, Sled 32, Phoenix 36, Platoon 37, Interlodge 39, Paprec 39, and Alpha Plus on 47. So that's the standings as we look forward to our next live broadcast on Saturday. We'll see you then.
Palm Beach Motor Yachts is proud to support the XS52 Super Series Newport Rhode Island Trophy. The competitive spirit and drive for excellence is at the heart of all Palm Beach Motor Yachts. It's a privilege to showcase our two flagship models, the beautiful Palm Beach 70 and the exhilarating Palm Beach GT60, built using our proprietary V-Warp technology, delivering class-leading speed, performance, and unrivaled fuel efficiency. Experience a true yachtsman's powerboat. PalmBeachMotorYachts.com.
Let them take me as far as they want to go.